Hi everybody, this is Laura.
And Arnie.
With Krazy Cool Cakes.
Are you ready for Kung Fu Panda 3?
I know we are. This is a collaboration with some of our wonderful YouTube friends. You can find the links to all of their tutorials underneath our video. We'll be showing you how to make these adorable Panda Cupcake toppers. So we're going to get started with Po's face, and for this you're going to need some white gum paste. Roll it into a semi-ball. And then you're going to place that on your tabletop and go ahead and grab your rolling pin. And we're going to roll this out, but we're going to leave it somewhat thick. Okay, so as you can see here, it's, I would say, a little less than 1/4 of an inch in thickness. Then we're going to give his face a semi 3D, kind of like a rounded look. So for this, you're going to take some really nice and unwrinkled cling wrap or plastic wrap, stretch it out, and then I'm going to use a 2 1/4 inch wide circle cutter, press down. Okay, remove your plastic, and there you can see that we have a really nice rounded, and let me show you how that looks. Okay, so you can see how it has a really nice dome shape to it. So the top of his head has 2 little flat surfaces on the top part, so just take your fingers and just gently press in on the left and the right on the top, just a little bit. Then you're going to take your Wilton veining tool, and you're going to take the wider end of the veining tool, place it at the top with the hook facing away from you, and just create a little dent there at the top. And then turn the veining tool in the other direction, and then just follow the line inward, just about that much. He has this really cute little dent on the top of his head. Just like that. And then just give him a little bit of a V shape here at the bottom. Perfect start to our Po topper, and this of course is without his mouth full of dumplings, otherwise the cheeks would be a million times wider than this. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Po's eyes, and for this you're just gonna need 2 small pea size, or I would say smaller than a pea size, little black balls. And you'll notice that Po's, the black part of his eyes are pretty much teardrop shapes, and sometimes they'll take on an irregular form depending on the expression that he has on his face. So we're gonna make this little guy, this little Po with a smiley face. So go ahead and take 1 ball, make sure you've gotten all the cracks and wrinkles out of it, roll it into a teardrop, and then you're just going to semi-flatten with your finger. And you do want to keep the teardrop pointy but not super sharp. And then of course I'm using the awesome flat end on our medium-sized ball tool.
Our favorite.
This comes in our Sculpey set. Alright, that looks about right. So what I want to do now is get the second black patch here about the same size, but I'm not going to make this one too pointy. And let's see if this is pretty close to the first one. That looks about right. So make sure you have your edible glue ready and your brush. So I'm gonna pick up my first little teardrop, put a little glue on the back of it. So this first one I'm going to place right about there. A little bit of glue on the back of this one. This one here, I'm going to turn the other way because that's the way it is in the picture I'm using. Alright. And this one is kind of facing this way. Okay. Kind of looks like Jack Skellington right now.
It looks like Jack Skellington right now.
But it ain't. Okay. This is Master Po. Kung Fu Master.
Watch out there now.
Okay, so since we've already got our fingers black and dirty, let's make his cute little ears. All right, so just 2 little balls. Smaller than what we just used for the black eye patches. Our baby doggy Molly looks so much like a panda. She's so cute. So all you're gonna do, once again, get all the cracks and wrinkles out of it. Roll it into a teardrop. And then take your finger and just flatten it. Get the end nice and round, just like that. Do the same with the second one. Now all we're gonna do is put a tiny little bit of glue on the bottom part of both ears. So this first ear, gonna go at about 1 o'clock. Right there. And then this one at about 11:05. That's cute. And then just press down. Okay, now we're gonna move on to pose snout. And for this, you're just gonna need a small gumball size of white. Get all the cracks and wrinkles out of it. Let's roll it into a perfect ball. Okay, so there is my ball for your cracks and wrinkles. And then you're going to take your finger and just roll it into a nice fat capsule shape. Then once you have it in this really cute capsule shape, take your fingers and you're just going to gently press the sides down. You want the bottom to be nice and flush with your tabletop. The top of his snout comes to a little triangle or V shape. So take your fingers and then just gently press it into a nice little triangle shape on the top. Alrighty, and that's how much you want to cover up. Just a tiny little portion of the black patch. Okay, so now let's take a little bit of edible glue. Okay, make sure it's nice and flush. You don't want to see huge gaps between the snout and the face. Like I said before, you can put different little expressions and smiles, even not very happy looks on Poe's face. He has a lot of funny looks, but this guy's gonna be smiling. So for that, I'm gonna use a 1/8 tip, and I'm actually gonna use the wider end of it, and we're going to simply press the edge into the snout. Let me pick this up. And then this smile is gonna be exactly right in the middle. Practice exactly where you wanna place it, right in the middle. And then just press in. Just like that. Cute little smile. Take your flat end and then just go all the way to the edge there. Nice and happy. And then he has a cute little line that goes from the middle of his mouth up to his nose. So for that, I'm gonna use the blunt end of my really cool long blade. You could also use the flat end of your medium-sized ball tool, but for me that's a little too thick. And so I'm just gonna place it right in the center. And then just dent it upward a little tiny bit, just to give him a cute little line, just like that. He is happy. Now we're gonna create Poe's eyes, and this is pretty simple. Just take a little bit of white gum paste and you're gonna roll it out. You do want this thin, but not paper thin. You don't wanna see the black gum paste coming through the eyes. All right, then you're gonna take a size 10 tip and we're just gonna cut out 2 little circles. And his eyes For this topper, they're not gonna be perfectly circular, so I'm actually gonna take the tip itself, the opening, and I'm going to cut off just a little bit at the bottom. So let me just do one and then I'll show you how much I cut off here. So I only cut off a tiny little crescent moon shape, and there is the actual eye here. Okay, let's do the same to the other one. Just a little bit. Okay, so there is the shape of one little eye. Take a little bit of glue, and we're going to put a little bit on the back. Then we're going to place the eye right where it'll look super cute. There, and just gently tap it down. A little bit more glue on the other one. And we're gonna put this one same height as the first one. Super cute. Now Poe has some beautiful dark emerald green eyes, so for this we just took some forest green. I added a tiny little dot of black to it, black gum paste. And we're just gonna roll this out. You're gonna need a size 7 tip. And we're just gonna cut out 2 little tiny circles. Okay, so there are my 2 little tiny green dots. And then just carefully with the flat end of your ball tool, pick it up so we can put a little bit of glue on the back. Tiny bit of glue. And then just put it right on the white part of the eye. Super cute. Let's do the same for the other. Coming alive, Master Poe. What's the first thing he's gonna do? He's gonna eat. Okay, now let's move on to his adorable little nose. So for this, you're gonna need a pea-sized ball of black gum paste and just roll it into a ball. Let's put it on our tabletop and roll it into a nice long tube, not too long. Then you're going to semi-flatten just a tiny bit, and the shape of Poe's nose is pointy at the bottom, kind of like a triangular shape. So just take your fingers and with your thumbs pinch the bottom together slightly, just to give it a little bit of a V shape, if you can see that there. And then his nose, the sides of it kind of come up, so just arch it. So now we're just going to take a little bit of glue on the back, not a lot. You don't want it sliding around once it's on there. The V shape, the bottom point here of his nose should be right on the little line that we made that comes from his upper lip. So there is his nose placed on there, and I'm gonna just gently press it down, press the sides down. And remember, his nose is supposed to be arched upward, so take your ball tool, hold the nose in shape, and then just kind of arch the top part so that it kind of starts to have this little swoop here. And the sides are a little bit straight, so just straighten them a little bit so that they're not pointy. Nice and arched. Cute. Isn't that cute? Mm-hmm. Okay, now the fun part. Let's add some color to his face. Alright guys, now we're gonna add some super cute shading to our Poe. And for this, I'm using a really small, tight bristled little paintbrush. This comes in my Bundle Monster set. Some of you guys have seen this awesome set that we use in other tutorials, I should say. So be sure to check out the link underneath the video. Of course, as you know, we use our non-toxic Mungyo chalks quite a bit. They are non-toxic, they're not considered edibles. Our toppers are usually kept as keepsakes, they're not eaten. So if you know for a fact that these are gonna be eaten, make sure that you use edible luster dust or petal dust instead of these non-toxic chalks. and I'm just picking up a tiny little bit on my brush. I like to pick some up and then tap it in another area just to make sure that I don't have it darker than what I want. So I'm just going to insert the bristles into the little line here underneath the nose. Super cute, just like that. And then I'm going to begin to darken the inside of his mouth. Pick up a little bit more color. And there you can see his smile coming through. He's getting super happy because he's about to go on a beautiful cupcake. Isn't that cute?
Very cute.
And then I'm not gonna pick up any more color, just with whatever is left on the brush. I'm gonna just add a little bit of shadowing around his snout. So I'm gonna put it close to the snout and then just pull out very lightly. Just to give him some very light shadowing. And this is the way he looks in all of the pictures. Not too dark. You don't want to make him look like he has a beard. Okay, just like that. And with the same stuff on the brush, again, just a little bit on the little crease that we made earlier, just to make it a little bit more noticeable. You can add color with dust at any time. The gum paste or the fondant does not have to be totally dry. I get that question a lot. You can do it anytime you'd like. All right, now we're gonna add some really nice little dots here. For this, you can take any type of gel food coloring you'd like. You're gonna need black and white. So I'm just gonna squirt a little dot of each here off to the side. Okay, and I'm gonna be using a really small nail dotting tool. Of course, you can find the links to the ones that I use underneath the video. So this one's got a really tiny little ball, and on the other side it has a little fine point. So I'm first going to just pick up a tiny little dot of black, and I'm going to place just a little small dot of black right in the center of each eye, carefully. So cute. Now it's coming alive. There's another dot. Pick up a new little blob each time. That is super cute. And then I like to wipe the ball tool so that it's nice and clean. And then Poe has some little tiny dots on his snout underneath his nose. If you're familiar with Poe, then you know what I'm talking about. 2, 3, wipe, pick up a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, super cute. Okay, now he's got these super cute little white lines on his nose, so I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of white with the fine point here. And with the point facing down near the end of his nose, I'm just gonna put it up against and then lift. And then you get that cute little line. That is super cute. Okay, now with a tiny same little point, let's do 2 little tiny dots of white on his eye. Top right, top left, just make sure that you put them in the same place on both eyes, because if you don't, it starts to look freaky. All right, now we're gonna make some really beautiful cupcakes, and then we're gonna show you how these look on top of my hubby's cupcakes. Are you ready to make cupcakes, sweetie?
Sure am.
All right, let's do it. Alright guys, so we have 3 different really cute designs of Poe cupcake toppers. Here's the one that we made during the tutorial. If you wanted to, you could just put them right on there, nice and flat, or I like to actually have them standing up. I think they look a lot cuter, so I'm just gonna do is stick in an extra long toothpick in the bottom. There's one, and let's see how cute this guy looks on this cupcake here. Adorable, huh? Here's the other guy. This one's not too happy. So you will just change the pout.
Turn that frown upside down.
There you go. That one looks cute. Little Poe. Well, not so little. That's cute. And then this happy guy, he's the happy one. Happy Poe. These were a lot of fun to make. Do you like them, baby?
I love them. Can't wait for the movie.
How cute. Alright guys, so here are the finished cupcakes and cupcake toppers. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This was a lot of fun. And thanks so much for being subscribers. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and also on Facebook. Take care guys, bye-bye.
We'll see you later, bye-bye.